anybody can note for me, just to, I might lose track. By the time we get to about 9 minutes, tell me to stop, okay? If you can see that from there. Because then I have to record 3 parts. Okay? All right. So let's get started. What I want to tell you about the literary. This is what it is and what it isn't. And I can, if you would like, I can put this piece up on the wiki. Okay? So, hold on. Just so I don't confuse you. Oh, that didn't do it. I'll just erase this. We're backtracking. Okay. Let's go through point by point. First of all, tell me what's different between a literary and a persuasive. What's the main difference here? Yes?
Persuasive, you're trying to prove your point and make others agree with you.
Yes? Okay, so it's one-sided, right?
Explain a piece of storyline.
Okay.
Literary is based on facts of a text rather than your own opinions.
It is based on facts coming from a text, right? In a persuasive, you don't have anything else but your... You could do a persuasive research. You could use research. But in terms of a literary, you're working only with the text, right? You're only working with the play. And for us... I'm just going to borrow this for a second. For us, this is all you're doing. You're not doing any research. Next year, when you do your literary essay on Hamlet, yes, you will have to get a secondary source. So something that a critic wrote. This year, just the primary text. So all you have to do is be dealing with your primary source. Okay? Nothing else. And the thoughts in your head. So your quotations, as I said, are coming directly from the play. Okay? You want to. So for example, this one. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. Coming from? Who says it? Yeah, the prince, okay? This is the evidence that you want to be working with. So you might use this to prove that the feud exists, right? And suggesting that how volatile the situation is, right? How ready people are to fight and how ready the prince is to inflict the law or to administer the law, right? He's going to kill people if they keep going with the feud. So that's something you would comment on. You actually need proof from the play, and that's it. You can either, as I said before, I taught you the numbers way to do this. So you can use this way. I mean, you can do this. It's not incorrect, but I prefer you to use the numbers, okay, for citing. So if you don't cite it, it's plagiarism, right? You didn't write the play. Make sure you cite it. You must have a works cited page, and all it is one citation, right? Pretty simple. So it's one citation. I've actually put a spot for you on the outline so you won't forget. You're citing the play. A literary essay is formal, so there's a difference. Please pay attention to this. There is no lead, no personal pronouns, and no contractions. What I mean by personal pronouns?
I, you, we.
Yeah, I and you. We're not talking I, you, and we here. You're talking third person. This is an analysis. It's very formal. You cannot have a lead. Like what did we do in the persuasive? Yeah, Emma.
Like we use like an anecdote or like a short story or something like to lead somebody into the play.
Yeah, no anecdotes, no facts, no statistics. Absolutely inappropriate in a literary essay. Okay, what you need is just a short introduction that's going to follow the general to specific. Right? Do you remember from? We talked about this before. The last part is your thesis at the bottom. It's only going to be maybe 2 to 3 sentences. It doesn't need to be very elaborate. It doesn't at all. Yes.
Can you say your own ideas? What about like classwork that we did together when we were discussing the chapters?
When we discussed the play, yes, you could use ideas that you came up with, right? But you shouldn't be just using things that I've said, right? Okay. Now you need to have. This is really important. You need to have evidence from Acts 4 and 5, which you obviously have to read ahead before Friday and come up with your outline. So this weekend you'll be doing some reading. I can post, as I said for you, the other questions for Act 3, so you can read ahead and look at those if they help you. There also is some guiding questions, I believe, in the back of your play, so you might want to look there as a resource too. Okay? You need to use transitions in your literary analysis. These are really important. Okay? And that means you're hooking topic sentences to closing sentences or back to your thesis. This has to be very smooth, very, very well planned out. And all of that will happen on your outline. I've got room for transitions on there, your topic sentences. I've given you little notes and hints. Okay, so hopefully it goes smoothly. But just read it. If you don't read it, then it won't work out. Any questions? Emma.
For this citing, is it the act,
act, scene, line. Right? Okay. this is what you'll be getting in for me in just a second. I don't want to lose you all, so I'm just going to talk for a second. What it is basically not, it's not a book report. So please be careful. Do you remember doing book reports? Okay. You're not trying to prove to me that you read the play. We're way beyond that. So if you give me any kind of summary, we have a problem. Anything that you get from, something like Spark Notes and Cole's Notes and Cliff's Notes, those are summaries, right? That's not what I want. I want analysis, which shows me that you've actually studied, say, an image or a theme or a literary device, and then you're showing me what it means, why it's significant. If you give me a summary, then you failed the literary essay. It's not an analysis at all. I do not want a summary. What you need to remember, what's really important, is that you assume that the reader has read the play. So you're not trying to tell me, well, this is, in this scene, Romeo and Juliet kiss. No, I know that. You're assuming that I already know what's happening. You're just talking about the significance, perhaps, of the kiss or the sonnet. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? And nodding of the heads is good. Okay. Prewriting, which I'm going to give you only the outline for, you're responsible for the other two pieces. So I'm actually not giving you a sheet to write your brainstorm. I'm not doing categorizing. You have to come up with this on your own. Okay? So this has to come in all together. This is for Friday. When did we say that was the 11th? Yes. Okay, so all together you have to hand in all three parts. And on the outline, I'll get you to write down that note for yourself so that you don't forget. But you have to come up with a kind of brainstorming, categorizing, and then the outline sheet all together for those 5 pre-writing marks. Remember the levels that we did for the persuasive? Same thing, same rubric, doesn't change. Emma.
What was the categorizing?
I'm going to show you that just in a second. Okay, so this is really important. This part here, there's absolutely no research permitted. It is quite easy for me to tell when people have used outside sources. I can tell your voice. By now I know your writing voice, and it will be easy for me to tell. You do not want to get into the idea or the issue of plagiarism. It gets really embarrassing, and you end up with an automatic 0. It's not even a question. We don't discuss it. So please don't let it get to this point. I've had to deal with this with 3Us, 4Us. It's always a bad scene. Okay? So don't do it.